All right, so these are the basic grooming tools that you're gonna need when you go to groom your horse. There's definitely a lot more that you can get, but I found that on a daily basis, this is enough to get by. So you've got your curry comb, you've got a hard brush, you have a comb for your mane and tail, and then you have your hoof pick. Okay, so we'll start with the curry comb. So what you wanna do is circles. And the whole point of this is to bring all the dust up to the surface of the hair. It's also kind of nice if your horse is super itchy like mine is. You can use it over their entire body, but especially their back, their belly, and their sides. I don't usually use it much on the legs unless there's like some mud or dirt that I'm trying to get off. And then once you curry the whole body, then we'll move on to the hard brush. Okay, now for your hard brush. So once you got all the dust up to the surface with the curry comb, then you can take your hard brush. You'll always want to brush in line with the hair. Okay, so you don't brush this way against it. You brush right with the hair, and that way you can get all the excess dust off that you already brought up to the surface with the curry comb. This brush I will use on the legs. Some horses are more sensitive, but I usually find it fine and it works well to brush off the legs quickly. So I'll use it for the whole body and then the legs as well. So after I finish brushing the body, I like to do the mane and tail. I don't brush it every day because I feel like a lot of times that just makes it worse. I usually try to brush it every other day, just very gently, because it takes a long time for the hair to grow back once you've yanked some of it out. So you have to be really careful with how tangled it gets. I do like to use this detangler from the dollar store, so super cheap and easy, and you can just spray it on. I just use a ton of it, honestly, but just a lot to make it a little bit easier to comb through. And then I start by taking just a piece, like one section of it, and gently starting to groom through it. So his isn't too bad because I've been trying to keep up with it, but I just try to be really gentle, especially with the knots at the bottom, because I don't want to just yank out all of his hair. So he's got a nice thicker tail, so I want to keep it that way. And then you'll do the same thing with the mane too. Again, don't brush it every single day. I usually just do every other and just kind of gently comb it through and keep it from getting huge knots in it. Last step in grooming is picking the hooves. So you've got your hoof pick, right? You always want to pick around the frog. Okay, so you've got this piece here in the middle. It's like kind of a triangle shape. Okay, that's the frog. And you don't want to pick very hard at it. Okay, I like to use the brush on it to kind of scrape stuff off of it, but that is definitely a piece of their foot that's more tender, and that's where the blood pumps and flows through their foot. So you always just want to be extra careful with that. Otherwise, you can use your pick, finish picking the hoof, and there you have it.